Star Wars buddies! Just wanted to put a video out there of a little video card build I attempted. I got the inspiration from a user on Instagram. Goes by the name of Mock Toys. And yeah, so I sent them a message because I thought I might try to purchase one, and I never did hear back from them. I would imagine they've probably got a ton of messages because this did look like a pretty cool idea. So yeah, I just took a crack at it just to see if I could rig one up myself. Didn't prove to be too difficult. I will, however, let you know I think the hardest part of this build was putting together the footage. The orientation of the card, where it's kind of an up and down. I had to constantly edit the footage and slide the action over to the viewing area, which was pretty difficult. I will say it was tedious. It wasn't difficult, but it was just very tedious. And as you edit the footage together, you realize how much of the action is in the center of the screen or offside or off to the other side. So I had to keep sliding the action, say from the left of screen to center, from the right of screen to center, etc. And meantime, the camera's constantly moving in Star Wars. You'll really notice it when you start going through this footage bit by bit in the editing process. However, I got a pretty good result, I think, and I just tried to take elements from New Hope, a couple elements from Empire, a couple elements from Return of the Jedi, just to kind of put in a little video to sum up Vader's arc in the trilogy. And yeah, it's I thought it was pretty neat, liked the result, so I just figured I'd post this and just give you a really quick run through of how I did it. And if you're at home and you'd like to try it, pretty simple if you've got good editing software. That was the hardest part for me. And then of course, other than that, obviously you're gonna have to cut the card out. Cut out that card back. And you want to find a frame to fit. A digital picture frame is what I used. And it was a 7" by 9" approximate. So we'll just let this footage run. There's just a couple of moments left to it. Might as well just let it run to the end. And then we'll get into the business of how we put this together. The footage will just continue to loop. So here we go. We started off with nice pristine card back. I cut out a template to match the size of the screen. And then I just mapped that onto this card back. Cut the card. And yeah, after I cut the card out, it was quite flimsy. So I just traced the template and glued this matching piece on the back. It's just like a construction paper, but it helped to stiffen up the pill name and the Kenner logo, which were really flimsy. Now if you'll notice, this is not the frame I ended up using. This is the first picture frame I could find that was relatively big enough, and I chopped it up. I painted the bezel, try to avoid any light spill, and it's got that big ugly bezel which I didn't like in the first place, and I ended up abandoning that because the resolution was like 640 by 260. The image quality was horrible, so I ended up grabbing this picture frame, which is in HD and much better resolution. And it has all the formats I'm interested in because we want video and audio. And the good thing is this frame came with a bigger screen, and that allowed me to cut more of that card out. Then I made a homemade stand for this project. So I just sandwiched 2 pieces of cardboard together, glued those. It stiffened it up pretty good. Same with the footings. That's 2 pieces glued together. And I cut a slot in them about 10 degrees or so. Just a little bit to lean the whole works so it wouldn't fall forward once it's all set up. And this is like a generic photo frame. Like, it had no name brand on it or anything. I can't tell you what this is. So I would say if you're interested, try to find one thin bezeled 7" by 9" with an HD capability. And those cardboard strips are just a gauge, just so I can slip the card off and on. So you can see that's the original cut with the retro sticker. The larger frame allowed me to cut all that away. And I'll just quickly let this play again, just to show you the quick assembly. So the 10-degree cuts in these footings just tilt the back enough so that the frame will stand up and not fall forward. And of course, there's no internal battery. It must be plugged in. And it doesn't have internal memory, so it needs a USB stick. But as you can see, if you were to hang it or you wanted to just put it on a shelf, it works pretty effectively. Well, hey, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And we shall see you in the next video.